everybody. Um, don't know if you can see me yet, but anyway, something happened to my last scheduled event. I went to start it, and it wasn't there anymore. And then also, looks like this morning, well, my afternoon event, I can't see myself. So, put a shout out to me if you're there. Let me know. Someone can let me know if you can see me because I can't tell. I'm thinking I can be seen. Um, but anyway, I apologize for all the tech stuff. But yeah, so I had to somehow abandon the last feed for tonight's Tough Love Tuesday and book launch celebration. And but yeah, if you're there, just need a shout out from someone. Let me know you're there. It's been a crazy couple days, that's for sure. And definitely, I'm definitely tired, but also feeling just very excited at the success of the launch so far. So let's see. I'm just making sure because I can't see anybody. I can't see anything that's going on. Let me see if I can go in here. Someone give me a shout out that you are seeing this live stream. Yeah, somebody's asking me where it is. Hold on. Yes. Um, go to. Oh, okay. So, Ruth, you can see me, right? To my Facebook page. And I'm live. Whoops. Live. There. There. Okay. Hold on. Just have people asking me where I'm at because, again, that link for some reason was gone inside the live feed. So, anyway, I began to not worry about tech issues because they are consistent. So, anyway, so hopefully this person can find me. Hi. Oh, hi, Vicky. Yay, I see you too. All right, I know there's a few other folks that are wanting to come on, so I want to give them a chance to find me. So, how was everyone else's day? Mine was pretty crazy. Put something in the chat box. What did you do today? How was your morning? And yeah, anyone coming on, put something in the chat box so I know you're here. Because I know a couple of you were planning on being here. Just want to make sure you're on. Okay. Let's see. I want to give Diane a few minutes. Let me know when you're on. Okay. So yeah. So what did everyone else do today? Let's see. We've got shy people. So I launched a book today. Very excited about it. This has been a 4-year plus dream of mine, along with my co-author Ingrid Lau. Oh, there she is. Hi, Diane. I'm glad you found me. I don't know what happened, but when I went in to use that the previously set up broadcast, it wasn't here. So anyway, I'll get better at this. I promise. I promise. So, anyway, I'm here. It's Tough Love Tuesday, technically, but I wanted to turn it into also a book launch celebration. With COVID happening, the celebration that my co-author and I had hoped for, which would have been, her flying up here probably, or me flying down there, being in a bookstore, celebrating with friends, or having 2 launch parties. Me down in Santiago, Chile with her, and her up here. So instead, I am here at home, and everyone else is at home, but we can do it here. So in the box, the chat box, oh, I can see myself now. That's interesting. Hello, I can see myself. That's helpful. So anyway, we're here to celebrate this project, Your Personal Journey with Food. Ingrid and I were peer coaches in school, And we created a very strong bond. And as we learned more about each other, and we learned that we had both come from very, we had both had horrible relationships with food, and we also had body image issues. And oh, haha. Oh, hi, Vicky. Yes, we all did, didn't we? We all survived another day. Hello, Elise. I love you. Anyway, with that, we both realized even though we were 6,440 miles apart, our countries were having a lot of the same issues, and the citizens were having a lot of the same issues with food relationships, with the food industry and what's going on there. We suffered a lot due to our relationships with food. And so your personal journey with food was born again over a 4+ year period of time. So, again, if you have questions about the book, please feel free to get into the chat box. I'd love to hear your questions. How's it sound? I think I'll just go through the book with you and explain how it's laid out and why it's different than any other book. So if we're all good with that, I'll just go ahead and start. So it's called, our tagline is a roadmap for the confused and frustrated dieter. And that's the tagline because that was Ingrid and I. So I became pre-diabetic. I was overweight. I loathed my body. I actually had a pretty ruthless relationship with it most of my life, because I always thought if only it was better, my life would be better. And when I would yo-yo diet, I'd find that on the upturn of a diet, maybe when I had lost the weight, I realized I still didn't feel confident as a person. And so I decided that was because it was my body's fault. And so as I yo-yo dieted all those years and finally became pre-diabetic, a lot of stress, I had a knee injury that kind of took my legs out from me. I was doing a lot of chocolate and wine pairing, which was great. I wasn't sleeping. Anyway, all of these things just started to happen, and I didn't really see what was happening to me, except that one day I had pre-diabetes, and then I felt horrible about myself. And so I had, how could I have done such a terrible thing? So it was just another reason to not like who I was. And so anyway, this book, we created telling our stories. So you're going to learn a bit about us and the path that we were on. And we realized as well that we didn't want to just write a diet book or a standard book. We wanted something that could actually be personalized. And so our introduction is called I Think I'm Lost. Where's the search and rescue team? So a lot of times we're just lost, and so what do we do usually if we're in a vehicle or on a hike? How do we usually, figure out how to, get found, or what do we do? We have different tactics we can use, and we discuss that. It's the same when we're looking at our bodies and our health. So how did we get to that spot? How did what's around us? All of those things, we try and figure out where we're at, right? So in this introduction, we actually have an assessment questionnaire. So you're going to read chapters 1 through 3. We recommend you read those 3 in order. But for chapters 5 through, I believe it's 13, you are going to do, 13. There's an assessment questionnaire for each one of those. Hi, Sherry. Thank you, my friend. Oh, thank you, my dear. Oh, hi, Diane. Yes, thank you. So, say for chapter 7, you're going to answer these questions. Chapter 8, you'll answer these 9. And depending on your score, that'll help you determine which chapters you should read next. So you'll read chapters 1 through 3, and then your assessment questionnaire may determine you need to read chapter 7, and then you should read 12, and then you should read another chapter, but and there's actually a spot where you can write your own table of contents. So there's a modified table of contents right there. Um, if you want to read the book from front to back, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. But if you want to have a more personalized experience, go ahead and have fun with it and do what the assessment questionnaire guides you to do. But first, I want to say, and we mentioned this in the book, I do not want you to hold judgment against you based on if you get some low scores in the assessment questionnaire. It's not for that. It's all about finding where you're at. And once you find out where you're at, then you can make lifestyle changes, or I need to probably go talk to somebody over here. I need, you are then able to say, oh, this is the route I need to go, instead of just wandering and wandering and wandering and not having an idea. So the introduction's so important, and I love that part about this book. Chapter 1, Ingrid wrote, and in this one, again, it's about what are the things you would do when you're starting to go on a journey. So if you're going to go on a road trip, you're going to pack a suitcase. You're going to check under the hood of the car. You're going to make sure there's air in the tires. There's just things like that. So when you start on your journey with food, you're also going to kind of assess some things, get yourself ready, and then you start your journey. And in this one, we're talking about beliefs around food. We want to get you established and settled on where are your beliefs around food, and realizing that there are misconceptions about food, that food is, there's a lot of guilt around food. So we want to help you get through that before you move on, because, there's a lot of actual pleasure around food. We celebrate around food. We have gatherings around food, all of those things. Hello, Eileen. Oh, honey, it's okay. You had donuts at McDonald's yesterday. Do not whip yourself with a spiked whip. Did you enjoy them? So there's no guilt. Okay, we want to leave that. We want to leave that out of this. The other thing, when you are reading the book, I say leave judgment on the outside of the cover. Do not bring judgment towards yourself on the inside of the book. That's going to be hard, because your brain may be saying, hey, it's still going to judge you, but you can go ahead and give yourself the right to leave judgment outside this book cover, and it doesn't have to come with you. Yes, Eileen. So yes, you're going to make a no judgment commitment to yourself, and just know your brain's going to fight that, and that's okay. You're going to have a lot of push and pull and all of that kind of stuff, so that's okay. Chapter 2 is called Stuck on the Yo-Yo Diet Roundabout. And I wrote that one because that's where I was for so long. I was just stuck in there, up and down, up and down. And so I'm just giving you some tips there on how to, move out of that yo-yo diet mindset. You're going to do an exercise called History with Food Timeline. And then, a wonderful, really advanced exercise for you. It's several pages long, where you're going to really start to look at what are my relationships with certain food items, and maybe why do I have them, right? So again, we want to get to the source of why a relationship may not be serving you with a certain food item, or with beliefs in yourself. So we find out we want to doctors, we want to go ahead and figure out the source of an issue or a challenge with your body, versus just treating the symptoms, right? So we're looking at how to help you find sources of beliefs, sources of cravings, those kinds of things. At the end of each chapter, I forgot to tell you, are journal sheets, where you can, it's a weekly journal, so you're going to go ahead and read the journal, and then you'll do maybe some check marks at the end of the week. How'd you do? What did you do for fun? Those kinds of things. So we're integrating there. Chapter 3 is on the road with your map and GPS. That's learning how to navigate. We talk about what we consume becomes our, goes into our digestive system. Then it's absorbed into the body, and then it becomes our blood. Then it becomes our cells, which becomes us. So, we're asking: Are you soda? Are you candy? Or are you fruits? Are you veggies? So what are your cells, and what are you giving those cells to build new cells with? Because we become basically what we absorb and what then becomes ourselves. So the exciting part about it is by just changing some things, our cells can become healthier and function really a lot better. So a diagnosis of something, like say for me for prediabetes, does not mean it's the end. Okay, being diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic or having high blood pressure, those kinds of things, it's just the body saying, hey, we got to make an adjustment. And then it's figuring out personally for you what those adjustments need to be. Okay. Chapter 4 is the scenic route, right? So choosing the scenic route instead of the fast track. And what we mean there is enjoying the journey. So a lot of us want to just get somewhere, right? Who else has felt that way? We just want that goal, and we want to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, or we need to put weight on, we need to put on muscle, and it better happen by a specific date. And we don't enjoy, and we don't learn from the process of getting there. Or we do it in a process that is designated to us that doesn't fit our lifestyle. We might be eating foods in that process that our body, even though it's healthy for somebody else, it's not healthy for you. So we talk about that. And then, so chapter 5 is time for an alignment. It's the path of mindfulness. So we know we got to take the car in for repair, and we have to get it aligned sometimes. It's the same with our mindset. It's the same with being present with, where we are, present with our bodies, present with our food. And so I've got some neat exercises in there to help you start to maybe hear, to start here your body when you're eating. Be aware of how you feel around certain people when you're doing certain tasks, and starting to just really be observant. No judgment, again, just starting to learn to hear your body and how it reacts to different things and different circumstances. Let's see, that's a long chapter. The other one, and both Ingrid and I wrote, were it's about your journey buddies. And the journey buddies we call, are our symptoms. And the symptoms can be actually a co-pilot. So our thought is that why look at symptoms as something really bad? Symptoms actually are our body saying, hey, it's like what I mentioned before in the mindfulness aspect. Hey, I just got called by my doctor, my blood sugar is high, I'm pre-diabetic. And then we can carry a heavy burden with that emotionally and mentally. But really, it is actually something amazing to learn. We have high blood pressure. We have, swelling in our body, whatever it is. It's actually the body is just speaking to us and saying, hey, I need you to look at some stuff. Let's figure this out. And if we can look at it that way and say, hey, okay, let's figure this out. What have I been doing that could be making my body do this? How are my actions, or maybe what I'm eating is actually harming it, and it's just trying to tell me that. And so looking at the symptoms more as a co-pilot to help guide you. Symptoms can also be, wow, you feel vibrant, you feel full of energy. That's a symptom of something's really going well. So they can help steer you throughout your day, throughout your life. So I love this chapter. And chapter 7 is picking the right fuel, food sensitivities. So the right fuel for my body may not be the right fuel for your body. So for me as a health coach, to sit there and say you need to eat what I tell you and what I eat, no, we don't want to do that. We want to find out what is right for you. And in this chapter, you're going to learn all about that and how to figure that out and ways to figure out what's right for you. So, you know how some people can't, they have allergies to peanuts. You know, I can eat peanuts, but some people they can't. And that's okay that they can't. And that's okay that I can. So, oh goodness. Haha, my brother was trying to FaceTime me. Sorry, Ray, can't talk on FaceTime right now. I appreciate it. So, yeah, so I talk all about that and how you can take those food sensitivities or allergies. Again, it's your body just saying, hey, you know, um, if we can go ahead and not have those items, I'm going to feel much better and I'm going to serve you better. Uh, Chapter 8 is get up and move, right? It's a rest stop. Get up and move. You know, when you're driving in the car and you get all stiff and you got to get up and move. We have become so sedentary in life, and our bodies are meant to move. And so I wrote this one in an effort to help. You know, you see how moving your body actually is all part of it. Not necessarily moving your body to lose weight, moving body so that your body can function really well, so everything works really well. I've had several injuries, and when I couldn't use my left knee, I had dysfunction in the way I walked. When I had Achilles tendonitis in both Achilles at the same time, I couldn't walk then either. I couldn't ride the bike or anything. And those injuries really caused a great deal of fear for me. That I didn't want to get hurt again. And so I actually worked with an amazing doctor, and he helped me break through that fear. And so in this chapter, if you are a bit sedentary, if you have reasons that you're not moving, and sometimes the brain's just like, I don't want to. You know, we're living right now. Why do I have to move? We're doing okay. It's just teaching your brain that actually, okay, if we can move the body, move those arms, move those legs. And so we talk about the importance of moving. And again, if you have any questions, I'm watching chat box. I can definitely help you with that. We also have a chapter on, if I can do this, detox. So Ingrid goes into great detail on the need to detox and let the body rest from having to digest food and letting it have a period of rest. Also cleaning the cells out. And I end up talking about external toxins and how they can affect your body. So again, what we want to do in this book is have you look at everything in your life that could be causing some distress to your body. And when we're more present and we're more aware, life just changes significantly for us. So we're going to go all through that. It's a very long chapter, very good chapter. Chapter 10, I write about, it's an important detour, the controversies of food. So I was one that got misled by the food industry and by food labels for a very long time. I didn't believe that something that was on the shelf that said it was really going to serve me well on the front of the packaging couldn't be anything other than something that would serve my body well. It was a really hard lesson for me. I didn't want to read labels. I didn't want to do anything like that. So I just talk about how we as consumers participate in the food industry. Again, everything's connected. So this aspect of being able to take the time and just know how to turn over a label and read it really fast and know if it's something that's going to work for you is really, really important. And Ingrid even talks about down in Chile, you know, the same challenges that they have with the industry and labeling and calorie counting and all of that. But as consumers, if we can be really, really educated, we don't have to fall for the marketing of products that are supposed to be good for us, organic or not, right? And this is a good one. Chapter 11 is emergency. I'm stuck at full throttle stress. So I know I never have stress in my life. Just kidding. There's a lot of stress going on, right? And so in here, I'm talking about just ways to manage that, alleviate that. Stress can really harm your immune system. And people handle stress different, right? So some people, it makes you want, anybody out there, makes you want to have a cookie, or makes you want to have a whole bunch of ice cream, and that is the way you deal with stress. Some, it's very hard for them to eat when they're under high stress, so it's very, for them it's more like, I just got to get some food because they don't want to eat under stress. But stress, chronic stress as we have in our lives right now, can do so much harm. And so all of that is connected. So we would look at stress and stress management. And let's see here. Uh, Chapter, did I miss one? Oh, sleep, bedtime ritual. So another rest stop, sleep. Sleep's all a part of it. I used to pride myself. I didn't need any sleep. I I I thought sleep was for the weak. I'd be up working till like 1 in the morning. This is again when I became pre-diabetic. I was up till 1 in the morning working. I maybe get 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep, and my light just turned off. Anyway, um, and um, and then I became pre-diabetic. So managing sleep and really allowing your body to rest, that's all connected to a detoxification. Your body needs to detox at night. So something very important. And chapter 13, um, is my vehicle good enough? Self-image. So really talk about how we see ourselves, how we measure ourselves, how we measure our body, and maybe where our self-image came from, and working through seeing ourselves through different eyes of compassion, seeing our body through compassion instead. And last chapter that has any assignments in it is respect of inner self. So learning to listen to that voice that's in you, and learning how to act on it, because it can be such a great guide. And respecting, when you know you want to do something for your body, and how great you feel when you do something that helps it, versus when you learn, oh gosh, I just did something I know that harmed it. And so working through how to handle those emotions, basically. And the last chapter is a recap. So the book is full of exercises. There is an online website for the book, you'll notice in there, where as a reader you can go log in, get an account. You can download the exercises in PDF format. So once you're done going through the book and you want to, I can see this being something people might use several times as life changes and they move on, and keep growing with their relationship with food and themselves. So you can just download a new PDF. If you buy the electronic version, you can just go ahead and download the PDFs, and you can handwrite if you choose to. There's a journal in there. And then also I have a free Facebook group that will be available for readers. So I'll be there to support you, and any of the readers, I'll be there for you. So yeah, so it wasn't so much of a tough love Tuesday today, but I learned a lot of tough love through publishing this book. I think I said earlier, I was like, I need to write a book, your personal journey with publishing a book next. So anyway, I want to thank all of you for being here. I think it's been, yeah, almost 30 minutes now. But if you have any questions, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I have any questions. No? I have a lot of amazing people on here, though, so I really appreciate that. So, yes, so Amazon, you can head on over there and get your copy. I'd love to, after you get yours, if you could write a testimony on Amazon, that would be helpful. And if you have any questions while you're reading it, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll be here. So, with that, I'm going to go celebrate. It's the end of the evening. I can go ahead and have a glass of wine and enjoy the evening to celebrate the book. So much love to everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.